Mr. President, would you call the situation on the southern border a crisis? No.
Thomas had never seen such bullshit before.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. You know, like I always say, we're living through the era of the criminal. And of course, that doesn't only apply to people doing little street crimes. It doesn't only apply to people who are walking in stores, engaging in mass retail theft with absolutely no consequences. It goes way beyond that. The guys who are really raking in the big bucks are the big criminal organizations, and especially the cartels. Joe Biden is the employee of the year for 3 years straight for many Mexican criminal organizations. I mean, he's their guy. They absolutely love him. Specifically, they love his policies, which allow them to rake in billions of dollars, billion with a B, running these massive human smuggling rings from Guatemala, Honduras, and other countries through Mexico all the way to Texas. But of course, that's nothing new. We already know that to be the case. Joe Biden's their best friend, but it goes beyond Joe. It's also people like Mark Zuckerberg, who despite his promise to, quote, crack down on human smuggling advertisements on Facebook or any meta platform, apparently has completely failed to do so, as we're now getting reports that Guatemalan human smugglers are openly advertising on meta platforms, specifically Facebook, bringing in millions upon millions of dollars using social media as their key vessel. In other words, Mark Zuckerberg isn't doing what he promised. Really, no surprise there. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. Probably one of the biggest stories that nobody seems to be talking about. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, friends, take a look at the first article over here. Meta allows cartels to advertise human smuggling services on Facebook. On Friday, former acting director of the United States National Intelligence, Richard Grinnell, revealed that Facebook is not stopping Guatemalan coyotes from advertising their services to bring illegal migrants to the United States. In a post on X, Grinnell said this: "I've learned in Guatemala that coyotes are openly advertising on Facebook 3 tries to get to the United States for $10,000. Biden and Zuckerberg don't care." Grinnell was in Guatemala to meet with the president, Alejandro Giammattei, where they discussed ways to help stem the flow of illegal migrants into the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris had been tasked with the job of figuring out the root causes of migration in the Northern Triangle countries. Of course, we all know how that went. So Grinnell made this claim on Twitter, and of course, a lot of leftoids are responding in the Twitter thread, claiming that it's fake news, but a very quick little Google search suggests the exact opposite, that this is exactly what's happening. It's not just Meta, it's also on TikTok. Take a look at this. These are all advertisements being pushed out to thousands, if not tens of thousands of users, advertising mostly a path to New York, surprisingly enough, exactly what I told you, how most of these migrants have intentions of going to New York City, which is part of the reason why Governor Greg Abbott is sending them there in the first place. But as you see on screen, these are all ads targeting people in El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. That's TikTok. It's also happening on Facebook. As you see here, the exact same thing. Here's more on TikTok, and then more on Facebook. It's happening directly in the open using Mark Zuckerberg's platform, and of course using the Biden administration as a key component for advertising. When Title 42 dropped, cartels went on an advertising blitz. The initial caravans that we saw back in 2021 and early 2022, the migrants in those caravans were literally wearing Biden-Harris t-shirts and Biden 2020 shirts, many of them on camera thanking Joe Biden.
Free-for-all at America's southern border, a group of migrants crossing into the U.S. were spotted wearing Biden, please let us in t-shirts.
We had a chance to talk to some of these migrants from Venezuela, and they are thanking President Biden. Take a listen.
He's a good president with so much help that he's given us.
I love you, Joe Biden. Thank you for everything, Joe Biden.
I came here because I want quality life. You know, America is a land of opportunity.
Joe Biden enabled this marketing blitz that has people from all over the world going to the southern border, engaging with cartel-ran human smuggling rings, being promised a beautiful, easy path into the United States thanks to Joe Biden. It's happening right before our very eyes. Also, I might as well show you some of the ads. This is essentially the type of stuff that's being posted, happening totally in the open, and not only are they recruiting naive, susceptible people to take the journey based purely on false hope, but they're also recruiting Americans to get involved in human smuggling operations. flashing all kinds of money, talking about the pay 5 to 15K. And then, of course, young people are falling for it and essentially ruining their lives. Here's an example.
Let's get to the border crisis here at the Mexico-U.S. line. News Nation getting an exclusive interview with an alleged human smuggler inside of a Texas jail shortly following his arrest. The suspect is a 17-year-old teenager from Dallas, just 17. He claims it was his first time trafficking immigrants into the U.S.
How this really intricate web pairs up these illegal migrants with these human smugglers, bringing them further into the U.S. And it was all set up through a social media ad. Take a listen.
I met somebody anonymously.
Like on Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp? Telegram. I've seen a lot of the ads, right? And it'll be like, clean routes. $5 grand, whatever. Like, is that what, were you responding to like an ad kind of thing? Yeah. Okay, in like a group situation. Yeah. And what were you being offered to move these people?
Money.
How much?
$1,300 for each.
So obviously you didn't get paid, right? Or did you? Mm-hmm. So do you only get paid if you get to your destination? Yeah. Where were you bringing him?
That they didn't tell me yet.
Really?
It was after I was able to pick up the person, then they would tell you where to take them, but then I wasn't with the person long enough to know where to take them.
You're obviously impacted by this, and this is going to be something that's on your record, obviously. Mm-hmm. Do you regret it?
Yeah.
What was the first thought that went through your head as soon as you saw the blue and red?
I'm screwed.
This is a massive human smuggling operation that the US government, thanks to Joe Biden and now massive tech companies, are now implicated in, whether they want to admit it or not. No matter how many times they say the border's secure, no matter how many times Pramila Jayapal claims Joe Biden's being tough on the border.
There is so much fear-mongering going on that it is difficult to know exactly where to start. But let me say this. First, the Biden administration is enforcing immigration laws. In fact, the administration has been so heavy-handed in recent months that I have serious concerns about how they are conducting border enforcement.
It just simply isn't the case. They are either participating in or enabling pure evil, criminal organizations to make billions of dollars, again, billions with a B. Don't take it from me, take it from the New York Times. Smuggling migrants at the border is now $1 billion business. This is the reality of what's happening. It's leading to untold pain, chaos. It's bad for the migrants, it's bad for the kids, and it's bad for American citizens for obvious economic reasons. And it can all be traced directly to the Democrats and their friends like Mark Zuckerberg and the CCP-owned TikTok, who I guess are just loving the ad revenue. It's pure evil, and more people should be talking about this. That's pretty much it. Not much else to say. Coyotes are literally openly advertising on TikTok and Meta platforms. Joe Biden's policies and inaction are the key factors, and I think it's all pretty clear. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.